remember how to do this since we were off for started recordings, and then I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and it'll be special. All right. Are you guys seeing? I just want to check to make sure you're seeing this.
I see it.
All right. So, okay. So, menu that allows the rating to run more than once allows you, and so it contains a test mode. That one you're just it's a loop, and you're going to have run the program where it asks somebody to pick a number. So like if you pick 3, it's going to add those 1, 2, and 3, so it should print out 6 at the end. Okay, I don't know what the total is for like 100, but it would add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and at the end give out the how much that adds up to. And then it should have, so the user gets to pick what the number is it's going to run to. The test mode should just run to one that you've hard coded in. It doesn't have to be 1,000,000. Okay. So you can make it 100 or whatever and just say the answer for 100 would be, boom, it runs it. Temp converter we've already done once. This is temp computer 2. And so I list what the conversions are here. Again, you need to be careful with the spelling in that. It's crazy how many times I get papers, even after warning people, Celsius is not spelled like that. Celsius is spelled with 2 S's, not 2 C's. Same thing Fahrenheit. People are notorious for leaving the H out, the first H. There's 2 H's in Fahrenheit. So, and that should have a test mode too. The one we're going to do today is a travel expense application. So it's just a simple app, and we're going to calculate the reimbursement, and then hopefully we'll have time to put a test mode in there, and it'll be fine. So the calculation should be done in different methods. So we're going to chop it up pretty good here. Okay. So let's blow this thing up. You know what? Before we do that, let's go back to here and let's just copy that right there. We'll paste that in our program. And so I want a new program or new project, I guess it's. Okay, Doug, there we go. And our buddy the ant. And we'll say travel. Can't spell either. Reimbursement. Come on.
What is ant anyway?
It's just one of the ways to open. It's set up so that you can, if you go to some of the other ones, you won't get the setup like this. It won't have a main in it and stuff like that.
It looks like a template.
Right. So if you pick ant, you get this, and there's certain things like your math library's loaded already and some other stuff. So it's just one way to open up net. Again, that NetBeans opens up your the the IDE, the integrated development environment, so that you can run your programs without having to go to Java to run them. So this is the Acme Travel Reimbursement program. This one is called Travel Reimbursement. Java, and today's date, we're already at 22 March 2021. Jeez. Purpose. All right, so let's do. So something that looks like that would be cool. All right. So I think that'll be good. Some things that we're gonna look at will be, I think our original program will just, even if it'll just be based on how many days. So if they're on a trip for so many days, we're going to give them the meal per diem. We're going to give them parking per diem. We're going to give them a taxi per diem, lodging per diem, no matter if they used them or not. Okay. So it doesn't matter if they parked or took a taxi or whatever. They just get paid that. Anyway. So let's do our, let's see here, we'll do a char again based on a, let's go with Q, I think. And then my, that's that, While, again, it's not equal to a Q. That works. All right, and then I'm going to go here right away and put a switch in. Yeah, let's see here. Match. And again. So let's do case. Oops. I don't want that like that.
Are those braces under case necessary?
Oops, what now?
Are those braces under case necessary?
Not if you have a single line.
Oh, I thought for switches they weren't necessary at all because they would just go to the brake.
Well, they will, but it's pretty for reading purposes.
Okay.
I like to put everything that happens inside of here, because there's going to be a bunch. Well, let's do this. All right. So that's our switch here. So if we run this, it should just print out goodbye. Here we go. Thank you for using Acme products. So again, now it's all stubbed in. We know that it loops. Now we need a menu. So that has to be outside of our, well, let's see, where do I want it? If I go in there, it shows the menu. Yeah, right there. So we'll get, again, is equal to show menu. So here's, we're calling our first method, and it's going to be a char, right? So now I need to be outside of my main. All right. fine. Pop it in here. Once we have the menu, we need to get the input from the user. So I'm going to have to go get a scanner. So I'm going to jump up here and import a scanner. And then I'm going to do it right inside here so that I can use it throughout. Oops, zoom in. Might be a better selection. So now again, I can use that in any of my methods in this whole class versus having to declare a new one in each class. Once I have user con defined, I can come back down here. Char selection equal to user, oops, user con dot next dot to upper char at. Hang on, I got to yell from some coffee here. Okay, got that. And then we just need to return that selection. So then again, the scenario here is we called this, okay, from up here. It drops down here, does everything here, then it returns back up here, and then whatever we put in is assigned to this, okay, variable. So now if we run this, we should be able to type in a small letter R, for example, and run is here, and we do T, test is here, and then we can do like a J, and it says, wait a minute, that only R, T, and Q are valid. If I hit Q, boom, it closes the program. Now it is putting everything on the second level, and I don't like that. Let's see. So I am going to pull this out. Thank you. That way, my user will be adding their answer on the same line as this. Again, it's up to you how you like it. I just like when the prompt is to the left of where they're typing in. Okay. Any questions so far? Pretty straightforward. Go ahead.
I have an error on my side for some reason.
Okay, and what is it?
It's the line, the character selection equals user con. The error is the method char at and class string cannot be applied to given types. Required integer found no arguments, reason, actual and former argument list differ in length.
Okay. So relook at it here
Okay.
and make sure you got periods after each one of these.
Oh, I see. I forgot the 0, my bad.
All right.
It breaks messing me up.
Oh, right here. Yeah. You good now?
Yeah, I'm good now. Sorry about that.
No, you're good, man. That's how we do it here. All right. So it's all stubbed in. It runs. We have a menu. This is what your program should look like. I shouldn't be getting any, and I'm still getting some, where the program runs one time and it quits. And you lose a major point, which is silly. You know, again, we know how the menu system's supposed to work now. So I don't want you guys losing points, you know, for stuff that, you know, it should be standard for every program you write. All right, so now we're going to go here, get rid of our buddy here. And we need to get some input, do we not? So we're going to go here. Let's see, where do we want to put these now? Blah, 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 blah. Let's go right underneath again and create one called int days. And we'll make that at 0 for now. So then we're going to come down here and we'll say days is equal to, or is assigned the value is what I should be saying, is to set days. Like that. Now, the reason later on in your Java, this is something you're going to put in the back of your head for now. We have two things. They're called sets and gets. And when we start doing classes, when we get be able to create our own classes, sets will be the methods that get data from the user. Okay. Gets are when we want to go get it out of the computer and print it out or whatever we want to do with it, calculate it, whatever. Those are gets. Sets are when we change the value. Okay. Gets are when we use the value. Okay. So I'm going to start calling these like set days. Okay. Because that we're going to set the number of days that the user was actually gone or whatever on their business trip. So it will be an int. Okay. And so it'll be private static int set days. All right. And of course, we're getting the red mark because we haven't returned anything yet. Okay, and then we'll make let's do it this way. So we'll say system dot out, or yeah, out dot print. No, not user con. Enter the days employee was gone, I guess. Let's be all right, huh? Can't think. Oh, was traveling. How about that? Is that how you spell traveling, or is it one L? Two L's? One L?
One L. It's one L.
All right, cool. So enter the da 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 da. So then we come here, never wanting to forget, while not, and it's going to be user con has next int, right? Users cannot put in anything but strings without you checking to see whether or not it's valid or not. I caught some of you doing the credit card program, taking the number in as a long, but then, which was fine with me, but then you didn't check to see whether or not it was a valid long. So as soon as I changed it to a letter, your program crashed. So you got to be careful. Make this re-enter. And it'll be usercon.next. Then outside the parens, we'll have an int. And we can just say, oh, how about travel? Something like that. And then we'll just return travel. So again, it's just going to beat them up until they put in a valid. And we could, I just thought of something else. Let's do this, do. And then we'll take all of this and inset it a little bit. Then we'll come here, close that while travel. Let's see, what do I want to do here? keep doing it while travel is less than 1. And do you think we should have a policy of how long they can be gone? Maybe we'll just do it like that. Travel is less than, so they can't travel for no days. And that means travel has to be defined outside the loop. So we're going to get rid of that and take it and put it outside the do loop. So it'll be int travel out here. So now they can't, like, again, it has to do with user friendliness. If they try to do something goofy there, we're going to catch it. And then we could just add to it if so, and then we'll put in a statement here if travel is less than 1. Then we can stop. If it's less than 1, then okay, something to that effect. And then we'll test that. So I got this out here, do while loop here. I'm missing a. All right, so now let's see what happens. So if I run it and I put in 2, comes back up. If I run it and I put in a -1, comes up like that. Okay, I need to re-enter the days thing. So I'll put a 4 in and it shouldn't come back. Yep, there we go. Okay, we don't like being stuck there with no prompt. So right here, we need to redo up the prompt, I think, here. So if I move my prompt in here, move my do on the outside, huh? So I'm going to control X that, bring it down, pop it in here and see what it looks like. If that's where it should be or not. Okay, now let's try it. All right, so I run it. I type in 2, and that's fine. I run it, oops, I type in R, run it, and I put in 0. It says the minimum days for travel reimbursement is 1. Enter the days. Okay, that's better. But let's see, I need a line feed there too. So print line, right. So where am I getting that error? So if I do that, that's a print there. This one here, entered the days of traveling. Okay, so let's put a /n right there. Is where I think I need that. Okay. Go ahead and finish that up, and
You muted yourself.
okay, so everybody at this point, hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Everybody's good? No, yes?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good.
Okay, so now we should be getting our number of days back over here, and we can test that. So if we do a system.out.println days and run it. Oops, my program's still running. Menu should pop up here. We hit R for run, number of days, 10, and it returns 10, and that's what we want. Okay. So we got the number of days. So meals we'll do first. So we're going to go back up here again, and we'll put double meals is equal to 0.0. And then we'll drop down here and we'll say meals equal to set meals. And we need to pass down days so we know how many days we're gone. So this one will be a double. Set meals. And it'll be private, static, double, set meals on int num days. Now you can do certain things, okay? I don't normally do this. I'm going to just show it to you so that if you see it in the future, you'll know how to do it anyway. First of all, I'm going to do a final meal is equal to, how much was it a day? 40? Yeah. Oops, I need a data type, don't I? Final double meal. And you can make it meal per or something like that if you wanted to be more meaningful. Okay. And what you'll see people do is this: return num days times meal. Just like that. Perfectly legal. I don't normally do it. I normally calculate it out, put in a variable. But this would work. It's a shortcut. So, and you don't need another variable to use up memory. Okay. So we'll just do it like this for once, and then I'll show you in another one. But it's as simple as that. So now up here, we should be getting, we should be able to do here is a plus meals here. Okay. Days plus, oops, plus, there we go. So if we run it now, and we say run it, say 10, and you can see there you get your 10 and your $400 for meals, 10 times 40. So that looks like a winner. So pretty simple. Okay. Likewise, we can do the next one. And what was it? Taxis or parking? And you make it parking is fine. And you say set parking, send days again. Have to go up here and do our double parking. Parking, set parking, okay. And we can just do this, Control C, go like this, Control V. And if you want, you can do, oh, that ain't gonna help us much. I was gonna do a replace, but that. And how much was it? 20 a day. Run that up here. Do a plus here. Run it. Type in 10 for 10 days. And we got 10 days, 400 for meals, 200 for parking. So far, so good. And here we go again. This one will be taxis. And we just like repeat this. Got that. Oops, I didn't replace this in the other one. So it's parking, right? And this becomes taxis. This is 30. This is taxi here. Seems real easy when you break it down, doesn't it? I mean, just think of it. We can do a plus here, and then a plus here, and then taxis. I run it. And then I type in 10. And I got 10, 400, 200, and 300. I think those are right. Looks good. And then I had, what's the last here? Lodging. Oh no, I got some more things to do. Lodging. Okay. So we'll come down one more time. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. So you got your set lodging there. You come down. Paste it in. Replace. Replace. Lodging's at $100 a day. Run that one. Run it. 10. Looks good once again. Should. We've ran it a bunch of times. All right. So now what's the next one? Vehicle reimbursement. Okay. So this one's going to be a little bit different since we're going to call it vehicle. Set vehicle. And we don't need to send anything down because it's not based on the number of days. And then we'll put a declare vehicle up here. We got that. All right. So this one's going to be different though. All right, so this will be set vehicle. And vehicle. But we don't need this. All right. And let's see, double, and we'll make it miles or per mile. I think it was what, 57? Yep. I think it's like 60 now or something. But we'll make it 57. So this will be 0.57. 0.57. Okay, and then we'll say well, we could break this into two, but I don't think we will. So I'm going to say system dot out dot print line or print. Change that. That looks good. Okay, that is not good. And
Why do the miles driven have to be an integer?
Well, it doesn't, but I mean, when somebody says, how many miles do you got on your car? Do you go, oh, I have 25,000 miles, or I drove 100 miles? Or do you say, I drove 100.3 miles? So if you want to make it a double, that's fine. You understand or no? I'm just opting for what the normal person would say.
I just didn't know. I mean, I'm not old enough to rent a car, so
Oh my gosh.
when you rent a car,
But
I
you
didn't
drive
know
a
if,
you drive a car, don't you?
yeah, but when you
If I asked you how many miles did you drive yesterday, you're gonna talk, oh Doug, I drove 11 and a half miles. Or will you say 12 or 11?
Should that be not usercon.net has next int?
Yeah, it should be not user con. Thank you. But if you want to make that, where was it at even? I don't even remember. Vehicle is that? That's what we're returning. Where did I have an int? Oh, here, yeah. Sure, let's do this. Because we can always put an integer in, but if they type a double, so how's that? Much better. I like your idea. We can do that. And then of course we'll need, let's do this. Just copy this. Paste it down here. Type in re in front of it. Clear the buffer. And then we'll come down here, say double num miles. Okay, and then we can return num miles times per mile. Then we can run back up. See what we're getting. All right, and that would be, what am I? Vehicle, right? Oops, plus vehicle. Okay, run the program. And then we're gone 10 days. And let's say we drove 100 miles. So again, this has to do with math. Even though it was 57 cents times 100, you think you get $57. So this is what happens because computers run on the binary system. Okay, so you end up with something like this, and we'll eventually fix that output. Okay, but it all looks good, I think. All right. So that's our list of things to get. So now we're going to lose this. And let's just call it display results, or you can do reimbursement like that. And I'm going to need days, meals, or do I need? Yeah, we'll send down days too. Parking, taxis, lodging, and vehicle. Okay. I think that'll be okay. Let's see. Do I want to do something else? I'm going to change one little thing down here. Okay, where we have, so how am I going to do this? Let's move this. Take that out of there, okay? And I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to put an M underscore and then num miles like that. And what that tells me here is that I'm going to make this so I can see it from anywhere in the whole class. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it and move it out here. Make it private, static, M underscore num miles. Why is it not letting me do that? Let's see. Oh, I forgot to say what it is. And it's double, right? Underscore num miles. That's better. Okay, and then that should have gone away down here. And then I don't, let's see, return that. Needs to be an M underscore here. Because I want to see it later on when I print stuff out. Okay, so display data vehicle, that's good. So this is going to be a void, right? Because we're not assigning it to anything. So we're going to go down at the bottom here. And it'll be void. And then it was display reimbursement. And then we want, what else? What do we send in next? Days, meals and parking. Meals. I'm just going to singleize and park. Oh, those are double, so. Oh, why am I putting those up there? I don't really need them here. I'm going to move these in a minute. And then it was double lodge and double vehicle car. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Was that right? Am I missing things? 5, 6 vehicle lodging. Taxis, I forgot. After park. Okay, hang on a second. We're going to cut that out of there. Come down. That looks good. Okay, so then up here it'll just be display. Much better. Okay. So now we'll have a printf statement here. Okay. Okay. That's good, I think. Let's see. So now let's see what it looks like. Okay, so I choose R. And I say I've been gone 10 days. I drove 100 miles. 1 second. Okay, so here's our output here. I don't like this. This should be over here. Notice we're not getting the 0.9999 anymore either. But I think that looks pretty good. So again, this is what we're printing out here. Okay, so that's our R for run, okay? I'm gonna drop down here to this one and say something like system.out.print line, test mode uses a 10-day 100-mile sample for inputs. Okay. So
You forgot the
then,
P in sample.
why? Why'd you do that? So we do that. Then we just come up here and we copy all this. Control C and come down here and right underneath that we Control V it. And we can make this, get rid of that. And we're going to just put final int days is equal to 10. So then we just replace days and all these by just going like that. Go up here, replace, and replace days with days. Okay. So there's that. I guess I gotta do this one too, days. Okay, and then 100. Okay, so then here, let's see. Blah, 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 blah. So, that's not good, huh? We're gonna go ahead and right there, we're gonna put, that's run. So we're gonna send, we're gonna send down an R in this case. And then in this case, we'll send a T. Okay. So we send an R and a T. We come down here to our vehicle. And then this will be jar choice. Okay. Got that. And then here. We'll say if choice is equal to R, whoops, and we're going to do all this. Otherwise, that. So it comes down here, it sends the choice. If it's run, it gets the number from the user. If it's test, it's already set it, or it sets it at 100. And let's try the test out now. So if I come here now and I type in a T, I get the test mode uses a 10-day, 100-mile sample for inputs. And you can see here it says 57 miles for that and 10 days for our trip. If I turn in R and I do 1 day at 10 miles only, you can see they get $5.70. 1 day they're gone. Set to all of our stuff. And that looks pretty good. I still don't like that. I got to fix that. Print out after right here. We don't need that. What could we put in there? I know. Let's just do this. And that looks, I think that'll look better. Do, 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 do. There we go. That's what my test looks like now. We've got, this is screwed up here. I need to put like 1, 2, 3, 4 more on those. Where's that at? On my output, right? No. My banner. There it is. So I need, let's try 4 more there. And 4 more here. Let's see what it looks like. Look at that. Not too bad. Right over it. So I can live with that. So that is it. Whoops, why did I open it? It's already saved. Okay. Do you need me anywhere? You need to see anything? So we have our run, we have a test mode, we have this all protected. The only thing I could see us doing possibly would be to put in if statements for things like, did you spend money for parking? If not, set it to 0. If it is, then go ahead and calculate it. Same thing for taxis, same thing for lodging if you didn't spend a night. Anything like that would make it more user friendly, but this is perfectly fine as far as meeting our goals. Down here, the only thing I would add is our cute little programmer, no code follows here. And that's it. That's my song and dance. No questions?
Nope, works on my end.
All right. Okay, so I am going to stop sharing and I will stop recording.